Ready, and hello everybody. It is the Southern 300. Now, far be it from me to be professional, but you might see that we've actually got logos this time. Craig, we've got logos.
Oh, sorry, you caught me at a bad time there. I just got distracted by somebody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Southern National 300. I've been doing some practice around this track. I've actually been watching a lot of races around here in the last few weeks, not just with these late models, these fantastic late models. Thinking of them as the entryway to NASCAR before you get to ARCA. This is the level down from the ARCA Maynard series in the real world, basically. A lot of the drivers in the past have used these cars around here in the Southern National, of course, a very famous track. It's going to be a close race, especially because it is Wildcard week. So we've got some internationals, we've got some national American drivers in with us. Of course, not gaining points, but, well, they will be gaining points, but they're here to just race because they love it. It's going to be fantastic here today. And, of course, with the points, Rob, there's only 34 points between Adam Fakaponte and Sean Brown. And I'm just having a look. I don't see a Sean. There's a Sean Brown. And I see an Adam Fakaponte. We'll talk more about him later. They're pretty close together. So I'm looking forward to this, Rob. It is a very intricate shorts track. I know that sounds crazy, but 17 degrees banking on the turns. The straight is 7 degrees. That's not a lot on the straight. The banks, you can see it. So that's going to be fun. 300 laps. We could be done in 90 minutes. All depends really on what happens. There is lucky dogs. There's no overtime finisher, no green white checker. This finishes after 300 laps.
As well as which, you do definitely have a very, very hot track, as you can see, cars going around. And every which way, as you can see, is there's nothing left to chance on this track. It's all or nothing, really.
It's gonna be quick, Rob. It's gonna be hard to even give you an idea of the lap counter or anything. Remember, this is 15-second laps. Some of these guys doing sub 15s in practice and qualifying. They did some sub 15, so it's gonna be a quick track. So yeah, and of course, it's short track. Get a run, you make a move. The low groove is the groove to go, but you've got to look after these tires because those front rights are going to take a beating. There goes Adam in practice, just losing control of the car into the wall. Seriously, it's one of those tracks where you're looking at it and you think to yourself, how on earth do you save the tires? Well, let me tell you, you don't. You just hope for the best. 46 Celsius, 114 Fahrenheit, as you saw. Checker flag is out for practice, Rob. We are ready to go gridding.
And indeed we are. By the way, cameras today are provided not by trackcams22.com. They are provided by Dougie Beard of the Global Sim Racing channel. If you wish to check out more work that he does for the cameras behind the SRC, check him out at theglobalsimracingchannel.com. Today we do have a charity. Now, we did have a charity lined up, but due to one particular name that we have the grace of being able to broadcast to you today, I think Craig will be able to discuss sort of in short detail what the fundraiser is going for and who is it for.
Yeah, we're supporting the Gelder family today. Matt Gelder, of course, one of the known drivers of the series, of course. He's not here today, I don't think. No, he's not here, but I'm sure he's watching. He's probably watching. He's probably racing. Unfortunately, the Gelder family had some very bad times recently. Mike and Chris Gelder, their father, passed away from COVID. A few weeks later, their mother passed away from COVID. So that's Michael Gelder and Tracy Morgan. And then a few days later, they lost their stepfather, Patrick Morgan. So this weekend, we are racing for the Gelder family. And it is a GoFundMe for them, which they had a goal of $5,000. The community smashed it, and we want to get more. So we will get that link out for those that have not seen it. We cannot wait to show you, to just do what we can. It's a 2-lap formation lap, Rob, and we get the time to do that because I'll tell you what, after this race, I'm getting my card out. They're getting a donation. $150 from extra qualifying this week. Remember, you pay for extra qualifying these guys. That's what they've been That's what they've done. $150. Let's go for more because this is Raidillon TV. The only corner you need, the Southern National 300. Matt, we're racing for you today, my friend, and your family. Let's go racing.
Lap 1 has started, and now we have it absolutely caned up for you guys. You can see there, it is absolutely megalomania from the start, as we do have all the... Oh, crikey, there's a wreck in the background. That's going to be a... Oh, massive wreck, and the caution's out. Caution is out. We are going to have a replay of that, my friends, because... Oh, dear.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at it myself. Look at the 025 there for Gigi Colto. Just came up a little bit. Oh, he got tagged by the 75 to Patrick Nice. Patrick Nice just getting a little bit squirrely there out of 2. Just went under the apron there. He collected for Gigi Colto trying to go up, and then he goes up into Ernie Ludwig. And I think Brett Tozin gets caught up. Tozin gets caught up, and that then catches Ronald Overbay. Ronald Overbay then gets Andy Banfield, and you will see Ernie Ludwig goes for a little bit of a roll there, a little bit of a turtle there for Ernie. He'll take a tow. Wolf Hoto will take a tow. They do get a fast repair, but you don't really want to take a fast repair on lap 1.
Yeah.
On a 300 lap race.
Absolutely. I don't think that's a good idea. But what a good idea is that we can now see sort of how weird this track is, at least for me.
How's it weird for you, Rob?
There's 2 pits.
This is short track. This is classic short track, and there are actually, look at it. Is there only 1 car? Hang on. Is there only 1 car who gets the back straight pit lane? Say it ain't so. I think it is. 1 car gets the rear, the back straight pit lane, and everybody else gets the front straight. That's okay. Thank you for the numbers, iRacing. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes, and it is a pain. But for a lot of these drivers, they will be using a conventional pit lane entry. Kind of like Bristol, Rob. You've never done Bristol. Bristol's got 2 pit entries. Yeah, Bristol's got 2 pit entries, but there is also a configuration which they use in the real world, which is 1 pit entry, where you literally have to go through the whole of the infield to get to... the infield pit lane to get to your pit box, because some of them are on the back, some of them on the front. But Southern National's an old track. It has a 2 pit lane rule. And we're about to go gridding again. By the way, Brian Halleck is the pole position driver with Thomas Peterson, Sean Brown, and Mike Gaunt. Adam Fakaponte started 5th. He's started 6th. He's now 5th. Brandon Kluger started 5th. He's now 6th. Pace car goes back in. We're back racing once again. Halleck's going to get a good run. And the 9th, Thomas Peterson is going to get a nice little run. Just tucks in ahead of Sean Brown. And now that they're trying to get some single file racing. A little bit of taps there, and there's still some 2 wide going near the front there, and that looks like it is Adam Fakaponte trying to make some moves on Mike Gaunt. He made those moves, and he really now, some of these drivers want to get back to single file as fast as they can, and they're doing it, but there's a car just stuck out there. That Mike Gaunt getting a little bit held off from Brandon Kluger. I think it's a couple cars behind. No, that is actually the 40 of Brandon Kluger and the 39 of David Wilson Jr. Still having this nice little battle going on right here. Kluger on the outside. He's trying to hold this around the outside, but Wilson Jr. is going to... David Wilson Jr. is going to get this. He's holding on as much as he can. Fine. They're still too wide. Great little racing from these guys, but any more mistakes here, Kluger's going to get in as early as he can. He can't. Finally tucks in. There's the 57 of Mark Herzog. Just got to be careful right here. If you hold up and you don't get back into the train as fast as you can, you are going to lose more than just that 1 position. Yeah,
David Wilson absolutely keeping it magnanimous on the number 2. We just had a little bit of a spin. That's the 25. That's a lapped car. Dietrich Halter's day has gone from bad to worse, and the caution's out.
What on earth just happened there? That looked to me like, like you were saying, who was that just being? It was the 25. It was Wolf Dietrich Halter, and he came out. He was there with the lap cars. He comes and he just gets tapped in the rear from Mike Gaunt. And Mike Gaunt, he does get a little bit of damage, but I don't think it's too much. It's the guys elsewhere. And nobody else, actually. Everybody managed to avoid, but then, there was a hit there. I think that was the 999. Was that the 999? I think that was the 999. Joseph Hoffman, did get caught out there. But Wolf Dietrich Halter is back out and running, but he's got a lot of damage to the rear there after that little tap, so...
He took his fast repair. He doesn't have any other reprieve. We're looking at the car of Brian Halleck. Car number 3. Looking Looking nice, very retro style livery. Very nice.
I like it. One thing I want to talk about as well is the championship leader, Adam Fakaponte, because he's got his normal orange livery. He does have the Racing for John sticker, like he always does. But of course, he is racing some decals for Matt Gelder's family. And a tribute to his uncle, his great uncle, James Olzak, who passed away last month. And he's got a nice little tribute to him there. So our wishes, of course, to Adam and his family as well for that loss. And very nice to see, you know, not just the stick of Racing for John. We've had too many losses this year in the sim racing world, I think. So it's nice to pay respect to them all season long, all year long. So shout out there to Adam for all those. And like I said, our thoughts to and sympathies to his family as well. So I think the pace car is going. Yep, the lights are off, so we're going to be going too wide once again. We're going to be going back.
Barney's
racing.
holding his green flag. Oh my God! As the pace car jumps off, green flag racing. Barney, go waving. Yes. Back again. Let's start all over again as we get to the front. As the front's actually squibbling.
Oh, wreck! There's a wreck. 3 does not go in, and that's a car spun around. No caution.
It's
no
Wilson.
Caution.
Wilson's gone.
David Wilson gets squeezed into a 3 wide there, and unfortunately he's got a lot of damage. He's trying to get back to the pits. He'll go down a lap, but with the short track here, he'll go down 2 laps. He'll take a bit of fuel maybe. He'll take that quick repair. He's already down a lap. He has to get out as fast as he can, and he will go 2 laps down. Thomas Peterson trying to make a move on Sean Brown at the front. This is going to be interesting. The 9 of Thomas Peterson trying to keep it around the outside, but Sean Brown had that inside. There is a caution now. Now comes the caution. And now comes the caution. And that is a big one.
Patrick Neese.
Patrick Neese getting tapped in the back by Dina Lacey. And I don't think he collected anybody else, did he? No. Oh, Marco Schmidt got spun from it, though. Got caught up just in the aftermath trying to get around. Oh, he got tapped by Wolf Dietrich Otto. And pace car just goes, wait.
Yeah, the pace car did a little bit of a slide, but you know, I'm not saying anything about it at all. No. And as you can see, Craig, if you're looking at the stream, oh my God, the camera's moving. It moves.
Got the camera movement back once again. I love this function. Love a 3D camera. It's fantastic. Not 3D camera, 360 camera. We've got
3D camera. I just did notice, by the way, that there's a lapped car in between the pace car. Or there's a lapped car in between the pace car and Brian Hollock. We're on board with him now.
That's David Wilson Jr. Now, he was 3 laps down, but because he gets picked up first, he will get a wave around. And he will go to the back of the line, so he'll be 2 laps down, which will be very helpful for him. The quicker he can do that, the better. So when the lights go out in the pace car, he will be told to get around. I think Patrick Neese as well, as he got the wave around. No, he's just going around. So yeah, David Wilson, when the lights go off now, there we go.
Oh! No, he doesn't.
Almost getting hit there, but
he's still not being. Oh, there he goes. There's wave around.
There he goes. I think he had to wait though for Ronald Overbay.
They don't have a very long time to get back around, but we are going to sit on board with our boy, Brian Halleck, as he attempts to navigate, as he has this car to his right, and that's the car of Thomas Peterson. He gets the jump on him, and you can just see over the back straight. Oh, getting it very close indeed. Brian Halleck having to hold it as best as he can. Let's jump to the rear left as they come into the 3 and 4. You can just see that it's just a number of cars. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a number of cars following him.
Number of cars, and also near in the middle there you've got the 40 of Brandon Kluger trying to stick it and keep it round the outside. Of course, the inside they're being pushed by the 57 Mark Herzog there, and Herzog's going to go up a position if he can hold it, but still Brandon Kluger really making that middle groove working there as he just keeps battling. Meanwhile, just a couple cars behind them as well. That's a couple cars going 2 wide. A lot of 2 wide near the midfield as people trying to make their moves, but the front had not changed. The top 3 have not changed, and Adam Fakaponte is the only man really with a lot of big moves outside Mark Herzog, because he's gone up to 4th place, started 6th from qualifying, and this is a man who said he's been dealing with some illness recently. Well, he's not really showing it. He's a man that doesn't like ovals. He's a man that doesn't like short track, and he's ill. I'd like to know what he's on, because this is... I know it's early days, but that's some good driving there for the 150.
Panadol.
I would have been on some, like those Lucasade energy tablets and, I don't know, paracetamol. I think that's what I'd be on right now.
Lucasade energy tablets?
Have you never tried them?
No.
They made them. They made them in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s. I don't know if they still make them. It's basically like a dissolvable, like, sweet tablet that you can put in your mouth. It's not like a medicine tablet. It's like a sweet tablet. You buy it normally from a shop, not behind the counter or anything. It's not even the pharmacy stuff. And it is literally just, if you don't want the idea of drinking an isotonic, you just stick one of these in your mouth. You can bite it. You can break it off in your mouth. You can just let it dissolve. Then once it like dissolves down your throat, it's got all the stuff from an isotonic.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't doubt it. But oh, crikey, we just had a spin. That's going to be Kenneth Reader all the way around. And Mike Gott's all the way around. Oh, no. Big one into 1 and 2.
Oh, that's Mark Herzog. Just looking at
Mark
Herzog.
Dina Lacey. Watch it. Oh, right. Almost came down in front of people.
Yeah, Mark Herzog took Mike Gaunt around. Not on purpose, of course. And then as he's trying to get around, there's no checkups going on there. No checkups by the looks of it. And that is
the aftermath.
That is Corbin Solomonson. He doesn't realize everyone's checking up. In the 88 of Jambroni, he taps and Jambroni goes low. Corbin Solomonson goes high. And basically he made Mike Gaunt's car like a skateboard and he produced a 360 nollie. As everybody else just goes sliding in.
Okay, 360 nollie coming up. Oh, yeah, there it was. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh, that's unfortunate.
But,
that's unfortunate. So we're still crashing. The number 5 car became the chuck in the middle of a. Oh.
Well, I don't know if that's a lot of damage on Mike Gaunt's car there, just caused by that. I don't know if you saw the NASCAR last night, but there was a big incident in the truck race. Mainly also caused that after the big wreck, there was a wreck afterwards by somebody not slowing down, by which one of the drivers, Parker Klingerman, also on iRacing, basically, made a tweet saying the wreck was happening for 18 seconds, and that time the other car, the number 10, destroyed us. I was in the middle of a wreck. He then said, what things can you accomplish in 18 seconds? That's what I felt like right there. That felt like the wreck could have been ended quickly, but they went around for quite a while there. So, yeah, you probably could have pitted for new tires in the time that everybody came back to that wreck. But just remember, yellow flag means stop, ladies and gentlemen.
It actually means slow down.
Yeah, all right. Red flag means stop. Well, lap 38. As we still take laps under the caution flag. Lap 38 of 300. And surprise, surprise, Brian Hallock has another restart. And he has been catching everybody on the start line here. The moment the pace car goes in, he goes. So will he just keep to the winning ways for him? Will he just keep them a little bit late this time? It's all games. Same again. Comes out of 4, just guns it. And now Peterson will try and get in, but that's a run there by the 20. That's Sean Brown now looking like he wants to make a move. If he gets it, this is great for the championship for him as he's trying to make the inside work. He's got that inside line. He's pushing Thomas Peterson as wide as he can, but as they come across the line, they're still side by side. Peterson still has that. Another run there for Sean Brown. The inside's not working for him so early at the moment, but now he's got the overlap. He's just going to push straight in. Keep digging, he gets it. And I think they're still side by side.
Yeah, they are.
The back three are too wide. The back 3 lanes have been too wide at the moment. Great racing here. And still, Sean Brown can't make this stick.
Sean Brown's sitting on the bottom. He should have the perfect line, but Thomas Peterson just keeps going, hey, I'm racing beside you, and I'm about to pass you if you don't make the move, boy. And
in the wall! In the wall! In the wall!
Little tap there to poor Peterson from Brown. But still going. All is well that ends well. He's just trying to navigate it at this point. It's difficult.
Finally, He gets it, but look at the gap between everybody and Brian Halleck. Brian's now going to be hoping for no caution because he wants to try and extend this lead. He's got a 2.5 second lead over the rest of the field after that fantastic little drive.
Crikey, that's going to be Thomas Peterson making a mistake, and that's pushing Adam Fakaponte back up into 4th. Adam Fakaponte having a mistake himself there on the right-hand side there of Thomas Peterson. As you can see now, looking on board with Thomas Peterson as he's trying to pass the 150. Oh, the 150, and very close. Almost contact there between the two of them. Just needs to keep it nice and steady as Adam Fakaponte looks to his inside, and he sees caution out. Caution is out.
There was a caution, and then there was more cars going around. The 8 went around. That's the 8 of Stefan Wong, and he hit the 77 there, Thomas Sievernagel. I think that's where it went, but there was all happening there all of a sudden, so I'm not sure what happened there. The caution came out, and then Stefan Wong just went around out of nowhere, but what a great little section of racing there. Really was good. Like, how many laps did we have there? Was that 5 laps? And Dina Lacey, unfortunately, has retired the car. So, not see what happened there to Dina Lacey. He was battling around the inside there, battling it out hard. I think he may have just got caught up. Oh, the 74 came down. I think that's Marco Schmidt. It was. 74 came down. Oh, was there? Did he come down? I'm just looking. Oh, no. Dina Lacey, I don't think there was a lane there, but either way, they both came together, and Lacey parks the car after that. And I think that may have caused the caution.
Mm-hmm. Well, unfortunately, he joins Patrick Neese as well, who has also retired the car. Corbin Tomlinson back into the pits. He's got to get more repairs on tires. Greg Hawkins in the pits. What does the S stand for, by the way? The S.
The S, yes, I was asking that. The S basically was for the designation for the international split last night, if there was only one split to designate the sportsmen and the pros. So those S drivers race in the international.
We have 2.
You can't count. We had 3.
Oh, okay. Well, we have 2 on the on a track right now. 1 is retired. So technically, I am correct.
All right, you are correct. You are correct. I will give you that. Andy Banfield had the lucky dog that time by, so that just leaves us with 2 cars, a 1 lap down. Simon Fords and Craig Hawkins, the 23 and the 14 respectively. We're looking to see them having a battle. A battle for the lucky dog will always be interesting elsewhere from the front. David Wilson Jr. and Mike Gaunter 2 laps down apiece, so they'll be battling as well. Marco Schmidt 3 laps down. Only Ludwig 4 laps down. Corbin Solomonson 6 and Volti Jacoto 8 laps down. That is the remaining drivers still racing here. I'm trying to watch now, Brian. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me 4 times, I don't even know anymore. He's done it again. He's done it again. Different driver, same result. Brian Hallett leads them away. Sean Brown has the outside, and Brandon Kluger, his teammate, is on the inside. They could just play a little bit of blocking game here, just block everybody up here, kind of like Top Gear style, and just take this. And they still go side by side. Hard battling, close battling from the 2 teammates right here. The HWR drivers just do what they can, and it looks like Brown has had a little bit of a moment around the outside. Will this be a chance for Mark Herzog around the outside? What?
Mark Herzog is using the fact that Adam Fakaponte has been held up, and he has not come into the pits. None of the top 10 have. So he's doing this on pace alone, and he's pushing that car quite hard around the outside. He's past Adam fully. He's going to try and get past Sean Brown, car number 20, as they come into the 1-2, into 3 and 4. Quite tight. He's going to try and do the exact same. He slid a little bit, so he's actually lost a little bit of time. Still side by side, though, going into lap 55. Having to keep it nice and steady, though, because there's not a lot of room on that outside. If he makes a mistake, it's game over, and he can ricochet back out and cause a massive wreck. He just needs to keep it steady, still keeping it steady. Oh, he's got a leg up on Brown. Can he seal the deal coming around the 1-2 on the 57? Does he make it just about? He's ever so close. He slipped up again.
Yeah, he keeps going wide. He keeps getting a little bit of an advantage, but not enough for him to be clear to go down low. But he's making some fantastic lap times around the outside. Really good driving right now from Mark Herzog. as he continues to battle Sean Brown around the outside. You should be making moves around the outside here, but this 57 is doing it. And again, he gets a little bit of overlap. He just limits Sean Brown. Look at the rest of the queue and look at the top two just starting to pull away while these guys continue to battle. It's not going to do their tires very well, but for the likes of Fakaponte, for the likes of Peterson, Kenneth Reeder right at the back there, these guys know that if they just stay back, hold on, save their tires a little bit here, they might be able to go a little bit longer here. But who makes the mistake here will be deciding. And finally, Sean Brown keep that position, and Herzog just comes right in the middle, almost getting tapped and spun around for Fakaponte. Now it's Fakaponte's time to shine.
Fakaponte on the inside, he's going to try and make this move stick now. He has the inside advantageous line. Just needs to keep it nice and tidy, but he doesn't get it on the number 1-2, letting the 57 take back the gap. And the inside line is now, well, I say that, the 57 is losing the position if he keeps going wide on the 3 and 4. Oh, very side by side. He's very tight on the inside there. Having to hold it steady. Oh, that is very close. Very close indeed.
I'm going to say they've got to be careful here because the tires are starting to get a little bit worn out here. Remember, these guys, they haven't been doing a lot of driving with the number of cautions, but they've been up to about a little bit tapped there. They've been up to about 40 laps of driving at the moment, and it's still quite close here as they continue to keep battling. To keep battling, and the more we can see it there with Herzog, the car's starting to get a little bit tighter. He's having to start backing out his corners. Lost another position. Now he's battling again with Thomas Peterson. This aggressive start from Herzog is not worked for him, and he's kind of taken the tires out here. The life of the tires have gone. Peterson's going to go into the inside, sorry. He's looking for that position, and when he gets the run out of here, out of 2, into 3 and 4, he might get the traction to make this move. A little bit of a slide from the 57, yeah.
Sliding, that he's cut the tires, I think, because he's having to slide around a lot on the 3 and 4. When he comes in here, look, he's still carrying way too much speed. He's still going a little bit wide on the apron, and pushing up on the banking. It's letting the car number 9 get a look in constantly. This is not going to be good because they're side by side now, very close. But 9 falling back a little bit, 9 sliding around on that inside. It's sort of like the slow slide, where it's sort of like, it's a very controlled slide, but kind of just slows you down. 57 getting an edge. The wide line now, and he holds 5th, but he's lost Fakaponte in the process.
Lost Fakaponte, he's lost Brown, and they've lost the lead as well. The lead is now a 2.5 seconds for Brian Halleck over Brandon Kluger in that 40 car. But that little move there, you can just see the train right behind Herzog right there. He is really there. It is almost like a trolley train. Remember the trolley train from the old days of F1? Just everyone getting held up here, and it's going to be a challenge.
A trolley train? He wasn't slow.
That's what they called it, though. They called it the trolley train, didn't they? They called it the trolley train, I think you'll find. He was never slow. Fantastic driver in his time. But yeah, they called it the trolley train. So, not entirely sure why, but anyway, Fakaponte battling Sean Brown. An update on that lucky dog battle, by the way.
Sorry, just to say, Adam Fakaponte is really jumping of Sean Brown right now.
He is. Look at it. Look at it. Just an update quickly on that lucky dog battle. Simon Thorne still has that. He's battling Craig Hawkins for the lucky dog transfer spot. There is a lap car in between them with David Wilson Jr. He wants to try and get as fast as he can, and he also wants to make sure he stays on the back of Mike Gaunt. So these lap cars having a nice little battle in the back here. Hawkins loses a bit more time to David Wilson, but he's finally getting through. The gap there for them is 0.5 seconds, and Craig Hawkins is going to keep trying to see what he can. Meanwhile, though, at the front, lap traffic not being an issue for Brandon Kluger, but Thomas Peterson and Simon Herzog are battling once again.
On the inside, you can just see that. Oh, very close. Very close indeed. And if we switch to, we're on board with Thomas Peterson now, as he looks on his right-hand side and sees a very angry car number 57. Well, not very angry, but he's screaming. The screaming car of the number of car 57. He's on board with Thomas Peterson. Car number 9 in 6th position, having to fend off, essentially, Mark Herzog, who's, I think he's made a mistake. I think he's executed moves way too early. Oh,
been aggressive early. He's been aggressive early, and he has taken the life out of these tires, like we were saying. Remember, it's now lap 78 of 300. Now, we've had a few cautions. I want to say we've lost about 15 laps, so let's call it anything from 50 to 60 laps of hard racing on these tires, and it's starting to show.
We actually have had the last caution was dropped on lap 51, so we've had 20, now coming up to 28 laps of continuous run on these tires for this stint anyway, and we are now looking at what might be go time, because anybody who's saved their tires throughout that whole incident, so I'm looking at the likes of Fakaponte, who's been very, very sort of disciplined, holding his position on the inside where it was a lot nicer to hold it. On the outside there, you can see we're looking on board around, and Fakaponte is in. Oh, that's the number 98 of Renault over May. Oh, crikey. Having to go to the inside there. Fakaponte probably screaming in his seat going, no, I don't want this. No, please.
Please, no. Please, no, they're screaming, but they are holding on. And Adam Fakaponte has the HW Racing guys in front of him. I love that spec map on the HW Racing guys. Brandon Kluger, Sean Brown, you got to hook me up with that little recipe there on that paint. That's fantastic. Anyway, Fakaponte is still battling hard here. And, well, he's battling hard, but also keeping an eye on these tires. You can see, and in the back, I got to go back to this backfield because Herzog is still holding them off. And this is so crucial because they're not gaining. They're not gaining on the other cars. And when you've got the likes of Herzog, who has just been he's been impossible to overtake. There's no other way to say it. There's two cars just coming together in the backfield. Not a caution, but they just had a little bit of tire rubbing. You can see it. Mark Herzog had managed to just hold everybody up, that now Kenneth Reeder's thinking about, maybe I should get around Thomas Peterson. And now you can just see a little battle brewing between those guys. So it is all going. And look how close they are right now. Peterson and Reeder.
Yeah, Reeder came up. He excuse me. He was quite quiet, but he was quiet for a reason. He's actually now chosen at this moment to strike, try and get himself in a good position, because I imagine within the next 15 laps or thereabouts, there might be looking at the pits. Unless I'm wrong, you can't correct me.
I haven't actually done any fuel running on this track, I've got to be brutally honest, but that would seem about right, being that we've had probably about 50, you're looking at probably about 60 laps here. They've got quite a big fuel tank compared to what you would see in NASCAR, just due to what they have. And of course, with that running behind the caution, the pace car, you are looking at about losing some time and saving some fuel, so they have got that going for them. But it is just absolute collateral at the moment as they're trying to work their way around lap cars. And of course, they're not obliged to give way. There's been a wreck! The HW Racing! Now, who's that in the wall?
That's Brandon Kluger is gone. Brandon Kluger, we're going to have a replay of that. And we'll see from his perspective what on earth happened. That promotes Adam Fakaponte up into third.
We lost it.
Oh, he lost it. And car number 20, credit to him, car number 20 of Sean Brown was very, very considerate. He slowed right down. Look on board with Sean Brown.
We've got a caution. We've got a caution, though. We have to talk about the caution. We have to talk about the caution that's just come out. It's not caused by that. Fair enough. What's happened here? I'm looking at this right now, and that to me is Mark Herzog trying to go around the outside of a lapped Wolf Dietrich Hotto, and they just come together. They just come together.
Oh, we just caught the end of it. I just want to check back at that again. Just very quickly, we're on board with Mark Herzog as he passes. Oh, crikey, he actually hit the rear end of car number 26 and then comes back past. Oh, that was not even... Wolf Dietrich Hotto was just there and he just got hit. Let's look on board with Wolf Dietrich. What happened to him? So let's go backwards in time. He saw the accident that happened in front of him, gone on the inside, and then looked on the outside. This is his perspective. Oh, that is... I'm sorry. I am sorry, Mark. That is unfortunately your fault there, sir. That was a very, very deep dive into 1-2.
Yeah. Very
I
tough
mean,
one.
look at his perspective. We're gonna play it in slow motion for everybody, so you can get the perspective. We'll use the onboard camera controls as I have it set up now. You know, I like to come back to it. You see, Wolf Dietrich Otto, he should have had the car left call on his inside. He comes right down. Look, he's the corner's right here. Wolf Dietrich Otto does have right of way. He's on the inside. Nope, it was never going to work.
I don't know. He is, but he is going up the track. He is going up the track, and like, look where Wolf is, and look where the corner is. I'm not saying he's fully at fault there. It takes two to tango, Rob.
Oh, absolutely.
We know it takes two to tango.
And two to tango right now is Fakaponte as they go Green Flag Racing. Sorry. Already going to cross it, Craig, but back to racing we go.
Back to racing we go. It's a new leader because we saw Scott, sorry. Brian Halleck, sorry, I got my name's confused. Brian Halleck did take a pit stop there as Brian Halleck was the
oh,
first
Crikey, that's a good up. Oh, Alto trying to come back out on track at the exact wrong time. Unfortunate for him. Oh, a little bit of a tap there from Fakaponte, trying to give Sean Brown a little bit of a push to say, get going, please, I'm being chased. And this is the chaser, Kenneth Reeder. He's actually promoted himself up into third at his moment of time. And the internationals now join us. The internationals, Adrian Stefan of Austrian fame, or Australian fame. Not sure exactly where he hails from, but good eye, mate.
Hey, mate, could be New Zealand, could be a Kiwi. You never know, but these guys are good, and they're also just providing some good entertainment, some also putting a little bit of a stumbling block, because you remember, Sean Brown P2 in the championship, and Fakaponte is the leader of the championship. We have to keep stressing this. It's very tight up there, and, you know, think about it, Brandon Kluger, nowhere to be found. Cole Ward, nowhere to be found. Jan Brody, nowhere to be found. Stuart Elder, nowhere to be found. It's just these two at the moment in a crucial position, with this and two more races to go in the championship. And when you think about it, Adam Fakaponte has no drop weeks. I'm not sure what Sean Brown has in terms of drop weeks, but you can just see how close it's going to be. And really, Adam can stay P2 behind Sean Brown and still keep the championship lead. But he wants to make a move right here, and he's going to put his car right inside. And they're almost going to exchange paint. And now there's two wide. Championship leaders two wide going down in the Southern 300. Can Fakaponte take the lead? We start lap 104.
Sean Brown on the outside. Adam Fakaponte with 150 on the inside. Adam Fakaponte does now have a nose ahead. Going into the 3 and 4. Keeping it methodical. Needs to just keep it absolutely. Oh, he almost has it. Just needs to keep it methodical. But that is Kenneth Reeder on his inside. He needs to close that door very quickly. And it happens. Adam Fakaponte now takes the lead, and quote me if I'm wrong, it goes, and Senna goes through on the outside into the lead. This is incredible.
This is incredible. Now we got a problem because Sean Brown's not been able to get down. Contact between him and the 57, and that's contact between him and Herzog. And Brown cannot get down, and he taps the back of Peterson, and he's still trying to find the bottom groove. He has, but he lost the lead. He's now P4. That is the situation. You make the mistake, but you cannot get down low enough. You lose out on the train. Managed to get himself in. He almost kind of tucked himself in there, not on purpose on Peterson there, but he goes back into P4. He will just continue. Can I just say how nice it is? How nice it is to see low-profile stock cars driving around a track like this. This is beautiful to watch. Not just the racing, but just seeing these race cars out there.
Yeah. Now, the car 37 with a very promoted front end. He's got his, I think he's actually got a teammate. He does, actually, I think. Two teammates in the professional, in the European Pro Series on the opposite side over at GSRC. They are currently also fighting for the lead. Barvowski and Henderson are both fighting for the lead as they just had another incident and about to have another caution, I think, in their race, unless I'm not mistaken. Yeah, another caution in the pros. We're still going with the Sportsman, though. Looking very closely at what Kenneth Reeder will do. Kenneth Reeder will try and do his best with what he has. Unfortunately, what he has is Adam Fakaponte in first place. I think he would much rather be in second. Well, Kenneth Reader would much rather have Fakaponte be in second. We do have a lap car coming up, though.
That's Ronald Overbay coming up by the way, the TFR lab driver there, Kenneth Reader. All you can see at the front is, I don't know who this car is I'm racing. Oh, if only there was a way I could tell who it was without looking at the relative. Oh, there is, with Adam's name just on the back of the back there. It's fantastic. He's holding them up a little bit, is Fakaponte. I think he's just getting a little bit pushed. Kenneth Reader has been looking for a move, but you can just see when it comes to official racing on iRacing, you can just see that Reader is the more experienced out of the two. Mark Herzog there is a bit more as well, almost bumping as they come round here. It's just really close. I don't know how he's driving so close to the back of Fakaponte's bumper, but he is doing it. And Mark Herzog just behind as well, just holding off Sean Brown while also thinking about keeping with Kenneth Reader. But there, up ahead,
Kenneth Reader looking on that inside like he's licking his lips and thinking to himself, I really want some of this. I think he's telegraphically telling Adam Fakaponte, hey, remember when you said, you're in first position? How about you be in second position? I think it's going to be a lot nicer for you. Still going around. We're on lap 115, going into 116. We are now past, I think, the point at which we were before. No, correction. Sorry, we're just coming up to the second longest run of the race so far. We are now
oh my word.
Laps.
Have you seen the traffic?
Yes, we're looking at it right now. We are looking at it right now.
Look at that.
Look at this. Look at this.
You don't need to look at Adam Fakaponte's view. You need to look at like what we were seeing with Kenneth Reader, and this is a traffic jam. And there are drivers battling, drivers not battling. Or on Overbay, Marco Schmidt battling. Stuart Elder there is not battling. And he is still in championship contention. You can just see them going. There's only 8 cars on the lead lap at the moment. That just shows the pace that some of these guys have been going and what has happened earlier in the race. And some of these lap cars are keeping high, are trying to stay away without causing any hold-ups. Some very nice gentleman driving, especially around an oval. But for some of these, it is going to be tough. You can see there's a caution
is
coming out there. I'm not sure who it is.
Caution's
I
wave.
think it may be 74. The engine went. Marco Smith's engine went, and he had no time. He tried. He's trying to roll that car, and that's the caution. He is trying to roll the car back to the pits, and he's missed the pit entrance, and he has had to tow, and that was the reason for the caution for the slow car.
On board with the 74. We are now expecting the... Oh, he missed the gears. Oh, there was a hiccup there from the engine, I think.
Did he money shit?
Oh! And it just goes bang. Do you know where it went bang? I'll tell you where it went bang. If we rewind there on the tape, if we...
Bang on the
No. I'll tell you exactly where it went, right? We'll pause it. We'll pause it as soon as it goes, right? So, if we riding on board with Marcus Schmidt, we're just seeing where his engine blew. This is where his engine blew. That's the pits there.
That is hard. By the way, not everybody had pitted, Rob. Not everybody has pitted. I'm looking at the list here. Kenneth Reader, Sean Brown has yet to pit. Mark Herzog is in the pits. Got to be careful he does not lose a lap. He's going to go to the back of this queue. 11 cars on the lead lap right now. Everybody in the front, apart from Kenneth Reader and Sean Brown, had pitted, but Jan Brony hasn't pitted for 100 laps. We've only had a couple cautions in there. Brian Hallett gets a nice little jump there because he goes into P3, but it's going to be very chaotic on this restart. 2 drivers blocking the front. I don't say blocking, but that's the terminology we usually say in officials. They're blocking up the front, locking and blocking because they may spin the tyres on this restart, and that's going to be tough, Rob.
I just saw poor Sean Brown's teammates in European Pro just did the Ollie 360 across the start finish line. The car number 22.
Ollie kickflip? Okay, yeah, Ollie flip.
Yeah, the kick flip across the start finish line onto the pit wall. So he is now the lead car for his team as they come back to take the green. And that is going to be a chaos in the background. That's going to be the car number, I think that's not the 74. No, it is 74. It got back out. He did have a start repair. He did have
Look at it. Look at it, though. Everybody is now battling. Kenneth Reader and Sean Brown are trying to play getaway because they don't have the tyres for this. Everybody else has got fresher tyres than these two, and they're trying to go. And you can see Brian Halleck is there. He's going to be using these 30-lap-old tyres. He's just going to run. Is he going to make a run? He can't make a run. He's still looking, though. He has better traction here. You can see as well, that looks like Jan Brony is just getting a little bit of a battle there with Brian Halleck, and Brian Halleck might go through. Adam Fakaponte goes through instead. He makes the moves, and now Mark Herzog will make the move. Did Herzog take his fast repair there? He did take his fast repair. He needed that damage fixed. They're on fresher tyres. They've got past Jan Brony, and probably the oldest tyres out there, stands the leaders. Brian Halleck, though, cannot get past them. He has fresh tyres compared to Sean Brown and Kenneth Reader, and he's not making any moves yet. He's saving those tyres.
Mark Herzog did not take his fast repair. You can still see the damage on his car.
Okay, I am blind.
Brandon Kluge has actually taken his. Brett Trosen has taken it. Oh, crikey, that is actually a bit of a shake-up, a bit of a check-up there by Fakaponte coming out of the 3 and 4. Brian Halleck having a bit of an issue, a bit of a slide there, having to course correct. And you thought the cautions were bad here. They just had a caution going to the green, so they've had to.
Now, I'm just saying, we have more drivers in this split, and it has been quite chaotic early on. It's short track racing. It is standard short track racing. I'm not even going to laugh at people making wrecks because it's short track racing. If you come on iRacing, expect a clean short track race. You're wrong.
What's clean and short track never go in one sentence. Even I know that, and I hate NASCAR. But that is Adam Fakaponte once again making moves. He really has gotten into tune with that car. What a nut and very nice pass there on one turn. He makes the pass, and oh, that's the car 20 checking up and having to be, he just checked up. I do actually want to see a replay of that. Sorry. What happened to Brian?
Oh, he lost the car. The car switched. You'll see in a minute.
Sean Brown. Sorry, Sean Brown. We'll just have a look there. Just slow. Yeah, power slid, and he just had to wheel the car. The technical term. No, he just had to just basically took the steering wheel as hard as he could. And now Adam Fakaponte is back in the lead, and now Kenneth Reader is in serious trouble as he has got massive damage to that front end. He's still carrying it. He's not come to the pits, and he's carrying it even more now. He's struck the wall. Look how damaged that car is. It's not looking good. That front right is essentially gone. The tire's poking out a lot more than it's meant to. I don't think I'm meant to see the suspension from here. But here it is. Here's the car having to essentially... We'll go for the zoom. We'll just show you how much is actually showing on that car. We'll actually go look at the tower. You'll see him next time by. He's battling Sean Brown for 5th. He's battling Adrian Stefan for 4th. Adrian Stefan, by the way, doing very well. Over to 4th now. He's the highest of the internationals that are doing. Say hello, internationals. Good eye. And just look at that. It's just suspension. Suspension. And of course, on those old tyres, it's not helping him. So the two guys on the oldest sets of tyres, Sean Brown and Kenneth Reader, battling along here. And Brown is going to get the run in. Do you blame him? He's got a clean car compared to what Kenneth Reader has. So he will get by. There's only 9 cars on the lead lap, and Brandon Kluger and Jan Brony constantly battling near the back as well. It's just hard to see what's going on at the moment because the top 2 have now started to pull away. Adam, I can't drive short tracks. Fakaponte is leading the fray here from Mark Herzog, and Herzog is a very, it's a skilled oval driver, as you can see from his 2.9k iRating on oval. And he's just playing it calm at the moment, Rob. He doesn't need to push these tyres. We're not even halfway. We're lap 145 now. And he's just thinking, I can just save it. I can just save myself here. Just relax. I think that's what he's looking at right now. If you are wondering, The prospective time left is 40 minutes as they cross the line. And it will be down to, I think it will be about 38 minutes once they come to lap 150. That's perspective now, based on the time that has elapsed so far. And we are coming on. It's gone by very quickly, the laps. I mean, it is a very tiny track. The laps are only 15 seconds. So every minute you're basically getting 4 laps for the money. And we are looking at the blimp. Blimp is on with the car number 150 of Adam Fakaponte. See battles Mark Herzog. Mark is actually trying his very damnedest to keep up, but he's got a little bit of a helping hand from lapped cars. That's the 944 of Brett Trussen goes up though, and that's a bike. Next is car number 26.
Yeah, letting him by as Herzog continues to just hold on. Behind them, Brian Halleck and Adrian Stefan are having a little bit of a scrap as well. They're going on the 56 there as Stefan making his little fray into the European sector with the wildcard week, battling Brian Halleck there just for the marbles, really. For that, there's no podiums when it comes to oval racing. There's no podiums. It's just a winner and that's it. But P3 is a P3 at the end of the day in my eyes. Stefan and Halleck battling on as well. They continue. They got to get by Brett Trozen, but leaders are not having their own way at the moment because they are going through lap traffic. We still have 20 drivers out there. In fact, we've got 21 when you think about it.
Yeah, Marco Schmidt, he came back out and he's now back driving again. And Wolf Dietrich Otto is actually back still out driving after the amount of accidents that he's had so far today. He's actually, it's good to see him out there, but I mean, as far as luck went, he really didn't have it all. Now, I am actually interested in the strategy that has been employed by Brown, and that's a check up by the 26, and that checked up Brian Halleck.
Adrian Stefan! The outside! Now we talk about the Hakkinen. We don't talk about a Hakkinen on an oval, but he's just gone around the outside, around the lap car, but he can't hold it. He's gone too wide. He had that position, and he's lost it by going too wide. So over talking. I think that was only Ludwig that just was in the middle of the track, and he tried to go around the out. What a move! If he pulled that off and managed to get free, that would have probably been the move of the day, probably even the move of the month. Just out of nowhere, Hakkinen's it around the outside.
Well,
he'll go back again.
Well, when in doubt, Hakkinen.
It was his birthday this week, was it not? Yeah, it was.
Pass. I'll use your words. Pass.
Okay.
Well, you can just see here. I do actually want to take a moment to sit with Barney here. The current situation on lap 158 is as follows. Now we're just waiting for Fakaponte. There's Fakaponte's orange car for the 150, being very close to chased by Herzog, and then you can see just it's clumps of traffic right now. You can just see, like it's the way I would describe it is like packs of sheep being chased by a shepherd, and the shepherd's being Adam Fakaponte. The shepherd is just trying to round the back all back up. Few laps down, but round them all back up. But they're all in clumps right now, and there's no real sort of what's the word I'm looking for? There's no real
groups. I don't know.
It's more like a blend more than anything else. It's like it's like if you took the guy who did the will it blend channel.
I know. If you're
that is the question.
If you're the likes of Ernie Ludwig, you're seeing on your relative right now a lot of red. If you're the likes of Andy Banfield, you do see a battle with Thomas Siebernagel, but you see blues and you see reds. If you're the guys like Brian Halleck, Adrian Stefan, Mark Herzog, and Fakaponte, it's just blue everywhere. Nothing but blue. Everyone is just in different little pockets right now, outside of the top four in their own little battles. There isn't really much not really a lot of battling going on until you get to the likes of Stuart Elder, Craig Hawkins, Thomas Siebernagel, Andy Banfield. It's all happening down the bottom of the field. At the front of the field is Adam Fakaponte just absolutely tearing it up at the moment. But what about the tyres? What about the tyres? Because they've been going now for 44 laps. Doesn't sound a lot.
Well, some people have.
Some people have, and there you go. The lap car leaders going around lap cars there. That's the 74 of Marco Schmidt. And in front is Wolfie Koto. What can he do as he tries and goes around? It's tough. He has to get around this lap car, and the lap car, he's taking the slow inside line, but he is holding them up. They do get by in. I never thought I'd talk about a bookmark there in oval racing. But Adam Fakaponte just did a little bit of a bookmark there with Mark Herzog, with Marco Schmidt. But then he looks ahead. There's Wolf Koto. There's Kenneth Reeder. He can't get away from lap traffic right now. I mean, it's a tiny oval. You expect that, but yeah, you can't get away from it.
And he's stuck. Really, he's now stuck. Now Kenneth Reeder has actually gone onto the outside. He's actually sort of let the cars by because he has he just sees that it's just not. He's having difficulty passing the lap car himself. He'll come back around the next time. It's still all to play for. Being a lap down here is actually not too bad. I mean, it'd be much worse if it was like, you know, an actual circuit like, let's say, Spa or something like that, where you're a lap down and you don't have any real sort of method of getting lucky dogs or the equivalent of on a road track. But here, he'd be in the perfect position to get the lucky dog. They put him at the back, and they put him in great place to start making some moves, because the whole field would be contracted a little bit more. You'd be able to sort of get back and try and get some action plans going if there's more contact. We haven't seen that right now. Fakaponte make the pass on the car of number 025. Correction, I thought it was 125. So it's just 025. Wolfie Koto is now sort of in his own zone. Fakaponte and Herzog battling it out on lap 172 on the inside, I think. No, it's a caution.
Caution. Now, where's that caution come from? I think it's Sean Brown. Sean Brown the triple. Oh, the triple 99 of Joseph Holman does spin Sean Brown around, and Sean Brown did get that car back, but he was sideways for so long and slowing that it pulled out the caution.
Oh, yeah, you can just see how quickly it snapped.
Now look at this, Rob. Halleck, Stefan in. Sorry, you lost me there for a moment.
Yeah, I was
Brown
all I heard
in the pits. The pits.
Yeah, just like
Fakaponte comes in.
What are they in?
Sorry, Fakaponte comes into the pit. Halleck does not. So, out of these drivers, Kenneth Reeder, still hasn't taken a pit stop. Now he finally does. He's on the freshest of freshest tyres right here. Only the freshest for Kenneth Reeder. He takes the pit stop. I think Brandon Kluger's the only car in the lead on the lead lap to not take tyres or not take a pit stop full stop. In fact, where is Brandon? Does that mean he takes the lead? That means that he takes the lead. No, he does not. Sorry, P3.
No.
Stefan Wang.
Herzog, and Brandon
Kluger
had pitted 84 laps ago. He pitted. It was one of the earlier pitches. He didn't hold out like Sean Brown did. Sean Brown has now actually pitted them.
But you've got to ask yourself, some of these drivers right here, like, did they take tyres? It looks like they took tyres. Some of them also look like they just went for fuel. But for the likes of Herzog, Wang, Kluger, they don't have fresh tyres. Brian Halleck is going to be the man to be watching because he's got 50 lap younger tyres compared to these leaders. It's going to be interesting to see because he starts on the outside on row 2. That means he's P4. Going to be interesting. There's only 6 cars on the lead lap at the moment as we go green once again, and it's going to be a delayed start. There we go. Herzog completely froze everybody up. No one was waiting for that, and that could just cause a little bit of an issue. Brandon Kluger is going to just try and get this position from Stefan Wang. Wang gets caught up there, 3 wide in the back, and they do go back to 2 wide. That was going to be a little bit dicey there. I think that's a car going slow there. Is that Thomas?
Brian Halleck, he's hit the wall of the pit entry.
He entered the pit. He must have had a black flag. He did. He had to take a drive through, and he's hit the wall. It's all gone wrong for Halleck.
Yeah, that is not the place that you want to hit the wall. I know he's in the pit box itself. I think is it a stop and hold?
I think it's a stop and hold. I think something's happened there on the restart, and it's a stop and hold. I'm not entirely sure what's happened there, but that will put him a lap down, 2 laps down. In fact, here he goes. He goes 1 lap down. He's going to go 2 laps down. He is now officially 2 laps down. That could be Halleck's race done. And he was a great contender there for the start, so I reckon that start may have caused him to may have caused something to happen there, because that almost looks like a jump start or an undertake because of what happened. We'll wait and see what exactly the penalty was for. But Herzog is starting to pull away from Fakaponte. Finally, he's got a clear... Look at it. Look at it. It's the first time he's going to come around turn 4 or turn 2 and think, hang on, where is everybody? This is clean. I've got clean air in front of me. What's going on?
For the first time. For the first time, he'll have clean air. But it also will turn out to be for about 5 laps. You know, it's only a very temporary reprieve that he gets from all of this. He definitely needs to.
In fact, look at it. Adam Fakaponte trying to go in and trying to look for it. By the way, Ryan Halleck came out 5 laps down. And that is a shame there for a driver that was racing. There's 4 cars on the lead lap. And there goes Fakaponte. A mistake there from Herzog goes wide. And Fakaponte will take the lead. And these two are starting to pull away from Kluger and Wang, who, of course, remember, they had younger tyres, as did Fakaponte. And they are just continuing to pile the pressure. In fact, I'm just looking at this. The gap between the first car on the lap down, it's almost a whole lap. Am I looking at this right? That can't be right. Where is Adrian Stefan? It is almost a full lap between P6 and P5.
I think you want to get your clock right, because he's gone into 1 when they were just coming out at 2.
The gap's still 15 seconds between the two of them, which is the whole lap.
It's 3.
No, Adrian Stefan is P5, and I'm talking about Joseph Homan.
Oh, Joseph Homan. Sorry, I was just saying to myself, is he talking about Adam Fakaponte and Adrian Stefan?
No.
Because I'm trying to think to myself, he's not that far off. And yes,
so
you are right. Adrian Stefan, the cameras are just shifting between them now. That's Joseph Homan in what can only be described as oh dear. I mean, that is the technical term for what I'm about to describe to you. Is he's just in a group of cars, and he's having to let cars by that are faster than him, but he's also having to fend off the car number 9. They're battling for position. But then you have Adrian Stefan. He's actually wants to get past. Although, crikey, a little bit of a contact there between Stefan and another car. That's going to be the middle finger Catmobile of
Mike Gaunt.
Mike Gaunt's Mike Gaunt Wallace's livery.
We don't talk about it, I don't think.
Rip and dip. Okay.
How do you battle for P6 when it's a 3-car battle for P6 while you're letting the guys a position ahead of you lap you? How does that work? I'm not sure, but it is working. Peterson has now lapped P5. So Peterson is being lapped by P5, sorry. But you can just see Sean Brown, Joseph Homan battling for 7th and 8th, and Brown did get the position. You can see that the 99 there of Homan is struggling right now. He's got Mike Gaunt right behind. And it's a good thing they're side by side, because I don't think you want to see that in your rear mirror from Mike Gaunt. But then again, if he gets overtaken, then he's got to see it in the front of his mirror, in the front. So, not exactly where you want to go there right now. But Homan is losing time out to Sean Brown. As you'd expect with 50 lap older tyres, as Sean Brown is now just in the middle of nothing. He's got lap cars that have lapped him around him. He's getting a little bit of help there from Adrian Stefan. Thomas Peterson is a few cars ahead. Not much going on. But by the way, that pit stop move from Fakaponte, was it too early? We don't know, but he's now pulled a 2.5 lead over Mark Herzog.
Oh, that's going to be a wreck on the 1-2. Caution's out. Caution's gone out. That is a wreck between... I think that was Silvernagel that had the accident. And that is... Oh, yeah, it was.
Reader? It's Reader and Silvernagel.
Kenneth Reader pitted. I think if we just have a look on his gyro up on the car roof. I'm looking at on board with Kenneth Reader. Oh, yeah, and that's a pit. I mean, it's great in the police academy. He'd be getting full marks there.
No, we're not saying it's an on-purpose pit.
No,
no,
of course, no. He was just too close. He was just way too close. And, I mean, we'll look at it again. Yeah, there's just not enough room for the two of them. And I think it just didn't brake at the same speed that the car 70 of Silvernagel. Silvernagel, I think, was being very cheeky, though, as well. So I think the both of them... I think it's just a racing instant between the both of them. I think he, of course, Silvernagel wanted the position, or wanted to move past and get past and start, if he could, get some time back. But it's not going to work when, you're only given about an inch of room.
Now, leaders pitted. Fakaponte, Herzog pitted. They both took tyres and fuel. Brandon Kluger now coming in as well. Adrian Stefan has gone, nah, you're right, mate. I'm all right.
You're right, mate.
He's going to stay out. He's going to stay out on 103. He pitted lap 173. So that means he's been out there for 30 laps. I can't do maths. It's almost 30 laps on those tyres. In fact, it is 30 laps. Wow, I do maths. I do maths, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. That's what I got a degree in accounting for. But he has now taken the lead. And his tyres are going to be going to be older than Fakaponte's. But we are only talking 30-lap-old tyres, so the difference isn't going to be the same like 50-lap-old tyres, especially on short tracks. That little cheeky vote there, I see it, Rob. Short tracks or long tracks for NASCAR? I know what my answer is going to be. Short track racing, baby.
Yeah,
short track racing.
Short track, except where can we not have the cautions?
Nowhere. My favorite short track is Martinsville, and Martinsville is caution heaven on NASCAR or on iRacing.
Really?
It is very frustrating. What's not frustrating is this restart. Stefan will lead them all off, and he guns it pretty early. Catching them a little bit out there, and that is going to be Herzog battling Fakaponte this time. There's going to be no tyre debate between these two. It is a straight-out fight. As Stefan, the guest driver, the international driver, will try and lead off. Fakaponte holds on to that P2. And now, what is the battle going to be between Stefan and Fakaponte?
I think it's going to be difficult for Fakaponte to... doing the math, because, I mean, Adrian Stefan's only got 30 lap-old tyres. So, he's still got a big old grasp of the tyre life left in the car. But, I mean, Fakaponte's already pushed his buttons and said, oh yeah, mate, crocodile.
Caution.
Oh, another caution. What's going on? Oh,
and it's a spin around there. Oh, it's a spin around, and it's the 8. Who's 8? That's Stefan Wong.
Yeah,
Stefan Wong's gone around.
Oh,
he's gone around on his own accord there.
No,
I know you.
No.
No, don't tell me.
Rewatch it again. Look at the car.
Oh, there was contact. Yeah,
the car number 20. Oh, just dived in, and the slightest of taps. Oh, yeah.
And that helps Adrian. That helps Adrian definitely on those older tyres.
And the car 74 would have caused the caution anyway because he slid. Poor Marcus Schmidt. Let's see what happened to him. I saw the accident happening in front of him, and then he checked. No. He didn't do anything wrong. He checked up just to try and make sure that he didn't hit the accident. And the car 944 did not check up and hit him in the back.
Aim to see. Remember, yellow flag is slow down, ladies and gentlemen. Slow down.
Well, I mean, the yellow flag here doesn't get thrown until there's a caution. So, I mean... And also, it's like... It would have only been called after he got hit. So
that is true.
He was in a losing situation. By the way, the guys over at GSRC have had their own set of cautions, so we're both in caution zone right now. This is the caution zone, but they've also.
The question is, Are we ahead?
No, we are not. We were by 10 laps, and then we just had a series of... with the cautions that we had, it's actually pushed us back.
Oh.
But, you know, the rivalry continues. But, at the very same time, we are about to go green again, so we will return to parity at a stage, I imagine. And we also do have more cars, so more action and more zest. So you look at the pace car. Lights are off. The green next time by. You line up on your respective signs. The pit road is closed.
Line up behind the pace car.
Catch the pace car. Get ready. Going green.
Going green very shortly. You can see Stefan already wants to make a move here.
Pace car is off. Tom, do
here we go. He holds him a little bit.
Green.
Doesn't do it early, and off he goes. And the spotter there is giving us the calls. And here we go once again. I do see a little bit of side-by-side near the middle there, but I'm trying to see what Fakaponte does on the start. The run is important for him. He's unable to get the run. Stefan on the 30-lap older tyres. 30 is a lovely number. And I think he's just proven that's why he's staying out there.
Well, as well as which, he's also done well to recover from his accident as well.
He has. He's also made up 11 places here during Stefan. He started 12th on the grid. Just put in his fastest lap there, a 15.324. But the inside now belongs to Fakaponte. He got a fantastic run. He died to the inside. He takes the lead. Also, Mark Herzog is going to be battling with him to take this, and Stefan will go to P3. Great little run there. Those two had some good runs. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some green laps there between the two of them. It is not Fakaponte and Herzog just had some good times there. So, Fakaponte, Herzog, Stefan Kluger, Stefan Wang, and Joseph Homan are in their own little battle as well. Just behind them as they're just trailing behind this impressive front four. Right, shout out to Brandon Kluger for that recovery.
You know, Herzog, you remember when he was making the mistake coming into the 3 and 4 and going wide? He started making the mistake again. It started happening once again. He's corrected it this time, but lost about a tenth to Fakaponte, which on a track like this is about a light year away.
On a caution.
On another caution.
Now, is this Joseph Homan? Joseph Homan, I'm looking at it. He clips the wall. That's not the caution. So where's the caution?
Through the caution.
I have no idea. I see David Wilson Jr. has left. It wasn't him. He's finally retired the car. Wolf Dietrich Hoto has towed the car. Is it him? Running across the top. Parks the car at the top. So Wolf Dietrich Hoto, with what looks to be an engine blow out there, stops on track and causes the caution.
No, he was running... Oh, no, wait, hang on. That's just... Where's Hoto? Let's see now.
I think the engine blew on it. I saw some smoke.
No, he didn't blow it. He just parked it. Just didn't bother. He didn't bother coming into pits.
So he slowed up on the track and parked it.
Oh no, yeah, he had an engine blow. Yeah, and he just slowed up on the track and parked it. He didn't go for the pit stop. That's why the caution. So
yeah. Yeah, you can blow the engine and go under the apron and tow without causing a caution. You could also Alt F4 if you want to, you know. It's not advisable. I'm not advising it because I'm just saying, Rob, Alt F4 and can give you a protest on iRacing. Just a warning. It is protestable. So,
are you speaking from experience?
No, I just know. It's like you can't Alt F4 during an accident because you affect the result of the accident. That's protestable. I know it sounds crazy. It's protestable. Same thing really there. Yeah, I mean, if you blew your engine, pulled off the track and Alt F4, no one's going to say anything. If you're stopping a caution because if you can't get back down and you can't tow, that's what happens. Anyway, a few drivers did take some pit stops there. Stefan Wang and Adrian Stefan. I should have said that the other way around, but they have taken theirs. Joseph Homan has not pitted for 100 laps here. We haven't had a lot of green flag running. Fakaponte has the lead off of Mark Herzog. He guns it right away, and I won't be surprised if Sean Brown gets a little run here, and Herzog will have to close this up quickly. He does. But meanwhile, the 999 there of Joseph Holman is going to be losing out to Brandon Kluger. There's a car in the wall near the back of the field on the start, but he hasn't caused anything issues there. But that 999, Joseph Holman, he's struggling right now. So Joseph Holman is losing positions as Kenneth Reeder now wants to try and go around the inside of him, and he will. Just about. Adrian Stefan's behind on fresh tires as well. He will try and go by. Nothing yet. Like, he's getting a little bit held back here by Kenneth Reeder. Top three are just starting to pull away as everyone's trying to get around the 999 of Joseph Holman. Reeder does get it done. What about Stefan? He's trying to find that overlap. He has got the overlap, and he'll be shortly just trying to make that move. Oh, God, almost came together there. Close racing between the two of them, and finally, he's not finally, sorry, he's still struggling. And the caution comes out, and that is not what he needs to see. And that is Brian Hallock. Brian Hallock has lost the car going into 1. But that a tap there from the 8. I just need to see, was that a tap from the 8?
He actually came all the way around. No, he lost it on his own. And then the 23 hit him. But, I mean, 23 at Simon Thorns, I don't think he had anywhere else to go. So he's literally like, oh, I kind of have to do this. I'm sorry, but there's nothing else I can do. And, by the way, we do have more pit stops. Adam Fakaponte is in the pits.
Well, I got to say, Rob, there's no tire limits. So, why not?
You have one additional set of tires for this race. Play smooth and have a good run.
So, we continue to watch. The only person... I like it, though, because, like, Mark Herzog doesn't come into the pits. But then he sees everybody else come into the pits, and he's like, yeah, I'd better come into the pits.
Yeah,
Adrian Stefan
he's going to get shuffled down, though. He's going to get shuffled down due to that. Yeah. He's made them... See, what Adam Fakaponte is doing, right? He's making very deliberate decisions. He's not waiting around. He's not playing to anybody else's strategy. He's playing to his own strategy. And look how far down Herzog is right now. He's 8th.
Well, here's the thing. Because of all these cautions, we're getting cars get back on the lead lap. For example, Sean Brown wasn't on the lead lap. He was 2 laps down. He's now on the lead lap. Jan Baroni is now a lap down. He was 2 laps down. So that just gives you an idea. And this is absolute chaos because with where it was, 67 laps to go.
Yeah.
There's no overtime, remember, folks. If there is a caution with 3 to go, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's done. So this is going to be chaotic. Adrian Stefan and Stefan Wang, Adrian Stefan Wang, I should say it like that, really. These two are going to be battered. I'm sorry, guys. You'll understand. You'll understand what I'm saying. They'll lead us off here. Adrian Stefan takes a different approach to everybody here on this restart. He won't go right away, and he holds them up. Look at the hold-up! And everyone's bunched up now. Let's have some proper racing. Almost 3 wide in the back. That was the 40 there of Brandon Kluger almost going 3 wide on the start. Nobody was ready for it. He's totally entitled to that. And Stefan will lead them away. And Adam Fakaponte gets that P2. Vital P2. Stefan Wang is now getting shuffled up to 999 of Joseph Holman and now starting the battle. There, 2x2. A slide for Adrian Stefan out of 3. And that will set up Adam Fakaponte. They're still 2 wide in the backfield, though.
Adam Fakaponte. Oh, crikey, that's a car gone down. Very down. That's going to be Mark Herzog. Again, getting shuffled out of position. He got hit in the back from somebody. I can't see who. But, well, look at this. Fakaponte, Mr. I don't like stock cars. I don't like these late models. I don't like short tracks. Is now back in the lead once again.
I know Adam's going to watch this back, and I'm just going to say it right away. If he comes in for an interview, I am totally calling him out for that. Why is it the drivers every time we watch on Raidillon TV say they're not good or they're going to struggle? Just come out and just put on a clinic. It's not really a clinic today, but it's a great drive from Adam as he's battling away, racing for John, racing for the Gelders, racing in tribute of his great uncle. and he continues to just lead. He's starting to pull away from Adrian Stefan, who's on the slightly younger tyres. That's nothing to be really noticeable. It's 10-lap-old tyres. The lap 2:41 coming to lap 2:42. We're coming up to 50 to go shortly. We're about 58 to 59 to go at the moment. We do have 8 drivers on the lead lap. Sean Brown, what a recovery drive from Sean Brown, though, to get back on the lead lap.
And just an absolute... It's actually gotten now... We did only have 5 in the lead lap at one point. Now it's expanded up to 8. As you can see, several drivers trying to navigate themselves around. And we do have a situation where Adrian Stefan is holding up Joseph Homan. Homan, by the way, we thought was all the way at the back, sort of a lap down, having issues but not being able to do anything. Here he is, look, having a grand old time in 3rd position, fighting for second. He probably wants to fight for the lead at one point, but needs to get past Adrian Stefan, who's holding him up right now.
Meanwhile, at the back behind them, though, Brandon Kluger and Mark Herzog are having a nice little shindig. They're having a little bit of a drive around side by side go. The two of them, Herzog looks like he wants to try and make this move around the outside, but he gets a little bit held up from Kenneth Reeder. He's going to almost make this stick, but the overlap's going to be there, and he's still got Kenneth Reeder in his sights. He is still having to go around the outside, and I think he may have finally got that position. He gets Brandon Kluger around the outside. Fantastic. And now he's up to P5. He's battling Kenneth Reeder, but look at that little gaggle. As Fakaponte starts to pull away a little bit from Stefan, Homan, Reeder, Herzog, Kluger, all together. It's anyone's game now. It's anyone's game. And look at Reeder. He wants to make a move.
Reeder on his... basically on his own right at this moment in time, because if he can't push it on, if he can't force the issue, he'll basically be held up by 2 cars. With Fakaponte really having a grand old time on his own, now having the prospect of being able to bookmark his way into securing the victory, as again Adrian Stefan has gone slow out of the 3 and 4, holding up guys behind him. And by the way, Mark Herzog is stuck in the pack because he fell back. He got up there and fell back down. He'll also have to deal with the fact that Brandon Kluger wants to take his top 5 spot. Stefan Wong is in the background. They're kind of falling back at a ways, but still a threat if there's another caution. And it's all to play for. It's the chessboard is moving very, very sort of sideways.
Sideways chessboard. I don't think I want to see a sideways chessboard, but I love the game of chess, and you can just see it's working out here. And of course, we talked about it. Rob talked about it. Herzog pitting the lap later shuffled him down the pack, and this is the result of him being shuffled down the pack. He's unable to go by. We're less than 50 to go right now. He's in P5. He's trying to find a way around Kenneth Reeder. Nothing happening. A little bit of a twitch though, and in front, they're going to go battling, and he touches! Reeder spins Holman, and Holman goes into Herzog! And the caution comes out, and the engine's blown for Herzog! The engine is blown for Herzog with that incident!
You just look on board with him. He sees the car going wide, and at the exact wrong time. Oh dear, on board with him. Look at this. Look at this. He sees the car scraping and scrapping on the inside, and he goes up, and then there's the car to greet him.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, there is a massive dent on the side. You can see a big black circle on the side of Mark's car. Oh, the engine's blown as he's rolling into the pits.
Yeah, his engine
This
exploded.
is not good. Not good. He had to wait for the pit lane to open.
He can't. He's gone. He hits the toe.
Oh, that is heartbreak for Herzog. He has to take the toe. I would have taken the penalty. I would have taken the penalty. Everybody else is now pitting.
But he was in the pits, though.
No, but he was in the other side, the pits. But he would have a chance to take that quick repair. That is a shame for Herzog. He was a man that could have had a chance of winning this race, and unfortunately, it is all gone wrong for him. He goes a lap down. He goes 2 laps down. That is such a shame for the 57 there. Just caught out, wrong place, wrong time. Stuart Elder there. Stuart Elder just rolls up behind him and just gives him a little bit of consolation tap there, just saying that's a shame to see. And it really is a shame to see there for Herzog. Remember, he was on the other side of the pit lane, Rob. There's 2 pit lanes. Doesn't get him a quick time, so he's going to go all the way down the order. But it does mean Kenneth Reeder will lead them away as Fakaponte, once again, rolls the dice with fresh tyres. I mean, we just saw what happened to Herzog there when, he took tyres and he took them after everybody. Is this going to work for Fakaponte? I don't think it's going to work. We're going to come to lap 260. And remember, there's no caution. So you've got to get this done in 35 laps minimum.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's essentially do or die. From what I can understand, the best way for it to move forward for him now is to essentially
go for it. Yeah, just full send. If that's the move that costs him the race win, I hope it isn't. We'll wait and see. That this race still has twists and turns. They'll cross the line for lap 262, which will give us 39 laps to go. And Kenneth Reeder is going to... We got a delayed... I thought we had a delayed start there. We do indeed. Kenneth Reeder will lead them away now. Going to be tough for Adam Fakaponte. You see Adam Fakaponte in the cameras. He is on the 3rd row on the outside. Not where he wants to go. Barney is waiting. Look at he's holding that yellow flag with pride there. He cannot wait to drop it. Cannot wait to pick the green flag up and drop it. He will have to wait no longer. Kenneth Reeder lets them go, and he gets a good run. Brandon Kluger will get a good little run there down the middle. He will take it, and that is the 999 of Holman. He's struggling. I think he has no more fast repairs. He'll tap in, slide in, whatever you want to call it. He'll get in. But here's the HW Motorsport guys. They're back.
By the way, Joseph Holman is carrying an excessive amount of damage on that car. He will be necessarily slower.
Caution.
Another caution. We've had the spin in the back, and that's going to be Stuart Elder on the back stretch having a accident. Let's see what happened to him.
A little bit of
a tap from the 23 sent him around.
Now, this is good for Joseph Holman. This is good for Adam Fakaponte. Well, it isn't actually good for Adam Fakaponte. He needs some time. Sean Brown realizes this. He's going to roll the dice. He's going to be the guy that makes people start the question. He takes the tyres because he knows he goes from P4 to P7.
It's good for anybody that has taken the tyres in the first caution. Because everybody else that has yet to take tyres is still going to be under pressure because, well, it do be like that.
I'm excited, Rob. Oh, I'm excited. This is going to be a barn burner of a finish.
It is going to be 8 minutes until we decide who the winner is. So it is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But we have also been privy to, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm privy. What's I don't know. I was trying to figure out what I was thinking of, and I was like,
bruh. Yeah.
Bruh,
Right, anyway. 8 minutes, as Rob said. It's going to be about 8 minutes, hopefully, without any cautions. We're racing for Matt this week. We're racing for John, as per usual. We're racing for everybody. Pace car lights go off. That means they're going to start bunching up. Brandon Kluger there on the outside with Kenneth Reeder. If he doesn't get caught out, it's going to be interesting. The outside will belong as well to Adrian Stefan with the damage share of the 999. What is going on here? What is going on with Stefan Wang if he just got a little bit caught out there? Adam Fakaponte has the inside now, but beside him is the number 20 of Sean Brown, his championship rival. Here we go again. Stefan Kenneth Reader, sorry, is going to lead them away, and as we expected, it's going to be Kluger inside. Holman is still holding on to that, and Adrian Stefan has not been able to make that move. Adam Fakaponte is going to be starting to go up the order. He's now pushed Adrian Stefan around, and now again he gets in, and now a move for the lead is that Kluger trying to go in. Can't make it stick. Reader is going to struggle here. Lap 271, a couple corners will be 272. Adam Fakaponte is going up the order. He's going to make a run on Holman. At the same time, Reader wants to make the run. He cannot. Fakaponte is up to P3. And still you can see there is a run trying to happen from Brandon Kluger. And now he gets that run as he managed to put Reader a little bit high. This is going to be tight, but Reader gets back.
Brandon Kluger under threat from Adam Fakaponte. Fakaponte has only got 28 laps to get past and then challenge for the lead. Time is running out. He'll have much fresher tires and he has to make use of them immediately, otherwise he'll lose the win. And he has it on key. He just needs to be patient. He's only got 6 minutes left, but in terms of laps, he's got plenty of laps to make the move. And it could be that it might be coming undone if he continues. No, Sean Brown.
Sean Brown is right. Championship rival. Sean Brown found the run to the inside. He will take that position. They'll go side by side. This is not what Fakaponte wanted. He wants to win. He needs to keep it. He needs to keep away from battling. And if he loses this, he'll get Adrian Stefan. He needs a caution right now. He's praying for a caution. Otherwise, he will lose at P3. The all-important P3 for a restart right here will be vital. Can he hold on to this around the outside? He's trying. He tapped the wall, though. He's tapped the wall. This is not going well for him at the moment. He's still side by side. Meanwhile, Reader and Kluger are getting away.
4 tenths of a second separate 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And no, it's all gone wrong for Fakaponte as the car number 20 of Sean Brown now takes 3rd place.
Has he used his tyres up? We're about to start lap 279 of 300. We're down to the final 20 coming up shortly. And now everybody's bunched up. You can see the power of these fresher tyres. Sean Brown will not make a run on his teammate, of course. He'll be happy where he is right now. But any points he can get extra on Fakaponte will be vital in the championship standings. Adam is pushing hard. He's trying to find ways around, but there's no room. No room in the inn right now for Adam Fakaponte. He's trying to find a different apex here, but if he tries it too hard, he'll have an outside line, and that's not what he wants right now. They're bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper right now. Top 5 are glued together.
Adam Fakaponte wants to look on the inside, and he just touched the rear end of Sean Brown. He's getting very tight, and he can just see the battle for first place up against between Brandon Kluger and Kenneth Reader. He'd want that to be continuing for the next few laps so he can make the move where he feels fit. And he's just ever so close to Sean Brown. And it's getting to the point where
I think it's working. There's no overlap there. There's no overlap, and Kenneth Reader can't go down. The Sean Brown's going to get ahead there. The HW Racing have pushed the 37 of Kenneth Reader out here, right? And now you can see Reader side by side with Sean Brown. And if he stays like this, look at that, right on the bumper, it's Fakaponte. He will take P3 because there'll be no gap. They're holding on right now. Reader's doing all he can to keep those positions. He goes down to 3rd now. Fakaponte will not give any overlap. It is still keep high, and Fakaponte will take P3. Still battling. Reader holds on to P3 at the timing tower, but they come around 3 and 4. Fakaponte gets it. Will there be a free space for Kenneth Reader? There isn't, and he still can't get down low.
Car is just sliding around a lot. Oh, crikey, that's Sean Brown checking up. Oh, no. Well, when we said it was all gone wrong, it's now all gone wrong again for Fakaponte because he's had to hold behind Sean Brown, who had the massive slide going into the 3 and 4. Look where Brandon Kluger is. Look at him. He's running away with it.
Kluger's gone. Forget about Kluger right now. Come on. Don't forget about Kluger. He's going to win the race. He deserves that win whatsoever. But the championship battle is between Brown and Fakaponte right now. And these two are just next to each other, like they've been almost all season. Lap 289. We're coming up to 12 to go. And Kluger has but a second on his teammate as he's just gone out there. It's an HW Racing 1-2. Fakaponte has nothing left in these tyres. The younger tyres belong to Sean Brown by 10 laps. And I'll tell you what, right now, I cannot see him making it. We're 11 to go right here. Fakaponte needs a miracle if he wants to get this win, but a P3 with a championship rival right in front of him, he'll lose a little bit of points, but I think that's a good situation for him.
It's going to be quite difficult right now because there's 10 laps to go. Fakaponte still has not made the move on Brown, and Kluge has a gap. And it's going to be a 1-2 for the HWR boys if they can hold it.
From Reader! The slide from Kenneth Reader! And he holds it! He holds it, but he loses P4 to Adrian Stefan, but he kept hold of it! Fantastic there from Stefan. So from Reader, sorry, to hold onto it, but great racing by both of them to not collide. We're down to the final few laps, and what can we see? I don't think we're going to see Fakaponte make a run here. The gaps will start punching up a little bit with the lap cars. 294 as they cross the line. I mean, knock on wood, I think this might be an HW 1 and 2, and that'd be a great result.
Looking from our blimp, we can see Adam Fakaponte is chasing, but he's not getting any closer to Brown, nor is he getting any closer to where he needs to be in front of Brian and Kluge. The pit stop was a great move, however, being held up in traffic for as long as he did has now cost him and is going to cost him dearly. Now, remember, if a wreck happens on lap 297,
we don't, yeah. 297.
It is results as you see on your scoreboards right now, and that will be that. And they're coming up now. 296. This is the last lap for any sort of changes. If a wreck were to happen, they'd get one lap of racing. It is done. As far as we're concerned, unless something tragic happens to one of the drivers, this is going to be the results that you're going to see. This is getting very close now to the end. Fakaponte does not have any legs to move, and going down the pecking order, lots of the cars are going to be stuck. So, coming around to white flag, Barney is going to be raising it now for the boys. White flag lap, this time by, as we get ready to say to Brandon Kluge, you've waited a long time for this victory. I think you weren't expecting it to come around to the end of the year, but it is a 1-2 for the MWR boys. And that is it. 300 laps of the Southern National comes to an end for MWR. They are the top gang.
HW Racing gets a 1-2. Brandon Kluge gets back on the top spot. Sean Brown gets a crucial P2 as he starts to tighten the gap. And you know what? There's two of them. So why not? Sean Brown, Brandon Kluge, how about we burn it down when you get to the start-finish line? Because you guys deserve this. I think Kluge's already doing it. He is. Sean Brown didn't go for it.
Why did you start sounding American? You deserve this.
Well, they've been waiting. Adam Fakaponte, we always talk about who can stop Adam Fakaponte. And Brandon Kluge has been there. Sean Brown's been the lead guy for HW Racing and the Sportsman. That's not a knock at Brandon. We know that. I'm not knocking Brandon. But those two have been together. They've been so close together. There's only 6 points between them. Kluge takes this crucially. You can see they're having a little bit of fun together now. It's like the Bush brothers having a little bit of fun together. This may actually put Kluge ahead of Brown in the championship standing. But we can practically say now it's a free driver battle with 2 races to go in the Sportsman series. I think we can just, I wouldn't say pin that on the wall, but I think when we're talking about stories now, with that win from Kluge, that is big because that would make it almost a free car battle with just 2 races to go, Rob. Skip Barbers at Brands Hatch and the IndyCar Classics at Twin Ring Motegi.
Pass. How about that? Can I pass?
Huh.
Though we do want to go over the results before, just to give you guys what's happened over the last. Why is my thing not working? Oh, is it doing this thing again? Yes, it is.
It's doing the thing again.
It's doing the thing again. There we go.
So
finally got it.
You can see Brandon Kluger takes the win with Sean Brown, of course. Adam Fakaponte gets that P3, and Adrian Staffan. It says there Staffan. That's what he was called there. He gets the P4. Kenneth Reeder was a 5th, and Stefan Wang with the 6th. And really, that was, when you think about it, pretty much all of the drivers on the lead lap. Actually, Joseph Hoffman finished 7th, Jan Brony 8th. They were the only guys on the lead lap. Craig Hawkins gets a P9, 2 laps down. So that's just Brett Tosin. Mike Gaunt was 11th, 3 laps down, and Simon Fawns was 3 laps down, 12th. Thomas Peterson was also 3 laps down in 13th, and Brian Halleck finished 14 laps down. What could have been fastest lap as well, 15.132, finishes 14th. Mark Herzog as well, 4 laps down. He finished his 15th. Stuart Elder was 5 laps down, was 16th. Thomas Siebernagel was 17th. Andy Banfield was 18th. Ernie Ludwig finished 19th, 8 laps down. And then we come to the retirees. Well, Marco Schmidt was just running near the end there, but he finished 47 laps down in P20. Wolf Dietrich Hoto was 21st, 103 laps down. David Wilson Jr., 22nd, 173 laps down. Ronald Overbay, 23rd, 190. Jason Lottridge, 24th, 231. Corbin Solomonson was 238 laps down in 25th. Dina Lacey was 256 laps down in 26th, and 27th and last, unfortunately, was Patrick Neese, 273 laps down. I think it's safe to say we do have a lot of people really that we want to talk to. I think the best one to do right now, I don't like splitting them, but I'm gonna just have both of them just come and talk for a little bit longer. We'll bring them both in at the same time. We'll start, of course, with Brandon. Brandon, that is a well-deserved win there. Congratulations there. I mean, for both of you, it was a fight back on the lead lap, and Brandon, at the end of the day, the call was not pitting at the same time as everybody else by the looks of it.
Yeah, that first pit I did, I definitely messed up and spun out, so I knew I had to pit, get some tires, and went a lap down and got the cautions at the right time. But the last pit stop, I forget when I did it just probably 10-15 laps earlier than the rest of them, so it gave me track position, which really helped.
Yeah, talk us through the whole idea of the track decision here, because it for a long time it was a single lane track around here. People did try to make some moves around the outside, didn't stick, and if you got stuck up there, you were struggling. So that track position was crucial. Was it even crucial when you were working your way back up to the field? Because of course you did have some issues earlier. Was that very crucial for you? Or were you just holding out for the long game?
Once I went a lap down, I was just trying to catch the next person in front of me that was a lap down, so I can make sure I was in that lucky dog spot. But yeah, I was kind of just playing it safe though, because you're back there in all that traffic and anything can happen.
Yeah, I would say talk us through it, but we saw it as well. It was just survival of the fittest. It felt like Petit Le Mans yesterday. I know that sounds pretty hilarious. It did seem bad. I mean, I'll bring in Sean as well here. Sean, you had almost a similar issues yourself. So were you two just thinking, let's just stay together and just hold it out?
Kind of. We got separated pretty early on. With pit strategy, tire strategy. You couldn't take 2 tires without going almost a lap down unless you were in the top 5. So that kind of sucked. But yeah, we tried to stay together as much as we could. Didn't think we were going to end up back together. And then in the last couple laps, it was cool to have us back together again.
Yeah, and of course I think you were the last driver to take tires, Sean, out of the top 5. Did you find that an issue? Because of course then you had to work your way back up, and of course we did have Joseph there who had a bit of damage. But was that more of a roll of the dice? Did you expect yourself to get back up to P2?
No. So I didn't. I was just like, tires are so important. You could go so much faster on tires. So I took the roll of the dice, took the tires. When I pitted, I was P5, and I wanted to start inside, but I gave it up. And then came out P6 and was starting outside, so I gave up 1 position for fresh tires, which seemed like a good trade-off. So yeah, it was definitely what got me up to P2.
Rob, I'll pass the floor to you, Rob. I know you've got some questions.
I do actually want to bring in at this point Brian. Brian, you did fall down the pecking order quite a long way, and then you came right back up. What was your thoughts within the last 20 laps? Were you just trying to hold station behind Kluge and keep Fakaponte from succeeding, or...?
I was actually faster than Kluge, and I had that. I kind of spun half spun coming out of turn 2 and then saved it. And if I hadn't had that, me and Kluge were both like it would have been a closer race. But yeah, I was a little bit faster than him, especially with the fresher tires. And yeah, it was going to be close. And then Adam, he just didn't have the pace as much on the mid length run. So we were kind of driving away from him, and even Adam was like, "Yeah, you guys just got this."
And with the amount of damage as well, that I think both of you kind of racked up. I know, Kluge, you took a fast repair, and Aaron, you were quite close to needing to take one with the amount of the body panels that were sort of not attached to their starting point. How difficult is it to actually keep a clean car for 300 laps here?
It's extremely difficult.
Yeah, that was my biggest issue was coming off the corner, trying to get as much speed as I could. And I don't know why they put a wall there, but it just collects you.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it does need to sort of, the tarmac does need to end at some point. You know, there needs to be some safety. It's not like dirt where it's just like a hill. But because my biggest thing was like, I was very surprised that the pecking order went as way as it did, because I think, as I said to you, Sean, at one point you were down quite far down the list, and then you came back up. Was it just sort of the shuffle that worked in your favor at that time, or was it just you were just trying to sort of aim for something?
It was. Yeah, I don't even remember what happened, but I ended up getting 2 laps down. I think I got 1 lap down, and then, or pitted, got a lap down because of bad pit strategy, and then caution came out pretty quick again, and I was like, I'm gonna try and go back in for 2 tires. So I ran and grabbed 2 new tires again to see if I could keep driving up, and missed the caution car or the pace car by maybe 10 feet, and that put me a 2nd lap down. So yeah, that's what put me 2 laps down, and then luckily enough, there was lead lap cars, and then I was the first car a lap down, just happened to be 2 laps down. And then 2 quick cautions came back out, and got my 2 laps back, grabbed some new tires, and then drove up through the field.
Yeah, it's actually kind of it's unfortunate that did happen, but I think you've made up for it at this point. You've made up for it at the very least. Now,
yeah,
next time by, it's going to be the Skippies. You're not going to be able to do the GT ones, unfortunately, unless you want to do the international side. But it's going to be Skippies at Brands Hatch. How are you feeling in them cars?
Yeah, I'll be the guy in the back.
So you put the win in now, so you don't have to worry about it.
If you haven't noticed the trend, if it's an oval, I'll do pretty good. But yeah, if we get on the road course, I like to chill in the back because it is not good.
I'm just saying, like, we have Adam that said I can't do ovals, and there he was almost winning the race. So I'm gonna call you out if I see you back here on the podium. I'm just saying that.
Adam's a known liar, though. Not liar, over or under exaggerator of his skills.
So I will let you guys get ready, because of course you're missing the start of the football, of course, and of course baseball coming up shortly. But I will let you guys just go ahead and have your shout outs before we let you go. Either one of you, just shout out whatever you want to say.
I would like to thank Falcon Race Wraps. He's the guy that designed our car. Stack Up. It's a charity that we work with to try and raise funds to help veterans out with PTSD and depression. What else you got, Brandon?
Big shout out to Tom for allowing us to race for his team and allowing us to battle at the end of the races, even though we're going to destroy the cars at some point.
110%. I was going to wreck him.
Then another shout out to Matt Gelder. I know we raised money for him this week with extra qualifying attempts, so that's always good.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to be honest, I will be putting my money in very shortly for that once this broadcast is over. Guys, congratulations on the top steps in HW Racing 1 and 2. Brandon Kluge winning the race, Sean Brown coming P2. Have a good rest of your day, lads, and hopefully we will see you end of October with the Skip Barbers at Brands Hatch.
Sounds good.
Thank you. We'll see you guys later.
I do think next up we'll have the guys of Fakaponte and Kenneth Reader, 2 of you at the same time. Fakaponte, the final step of the podium for a guy who doesn't like ovals and doesn't like shorts. You seem to be doing very well.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm very pleased with the result. First, I want to say congrats to Brandon and also to Sean and their team. They did a fantastic job. I didn't have nothing for them when we were on equal tires. Those couple of runs, I had better tires and, pulled away, made it look like I was faster than I was, I think. But they did a great job, and especially Brandon had some problems in the recovery, or Sean had some problems in the recovery. He had was, incredible pretty much. So congrats to them. And, I just want to say I want to dedicate my run to my great uncle Jim, who passed away a few weeks ago. He was a great guy. Unfortunately, I didn't really see him much as an adult. I have more memories of him from when I was a kid. But I was proud to carry his name on my car. I was proud to run up front with it. I'm proud to get third with it. And so just thanks, Uncle Jim. I think he was helping me out there, because I was in rough shape and I did not get a lot of practice for this race. So I would think I overperformed.
We do see the name there on the bonnet of your car. And also, as well as which, still racing for John, of course.
Yes.
It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's getting very close between yourself and Brown, isn't it? Because you were scrapping there for second place and you just couldn't get past. And you did say to yourself on the medium, he said himself in the medium runs that you sort of yielded in a way, because it was just the pace difference was he just had the leg up on you. Was it just sort of the practice not being there, or was it just skill? Lack of a better word.
It's hard to say. I mean, these are short tracks are generally my worst tracks. So even if I got the practice, I'm not sure I could have kept up with those guys. We did have some fun racing. We beat and bang a little bit, but it was just innocent short track stuff. It was good racing to me, and he had a hell of a save there right at the end. I'm sure you guys saw that, but
oh yeah,
it was just I just lacked that tiny little bit, and that tiny little bit at short tracks makes a ton of difference. And but yeah, those guys they did a great job, and I don't want to take anything away from them by saying if I practice more, I'm not sure it would have made a difference. So like I said, I'm just thrilled to get third. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to run this race. I've been really sick for like 10 days. I was in the emergency room Friday night and barely got any practice. So I'm just thrilled and consider myself fortunate to get through this race unscathed.
Yeah.
And congrats to Ken too, because he had a fantastic run. He was up there leading. He's going to be my vote for driver of the week this week.
Yeah,
let's talk about Kenneth. Yeah. Kenneth's right here, because back in the top 5 once again, Kenneth, you stayed up the front of the pack pretty much all race, and yeah, you led 39 laps overall. You had a little bit of damage to that car at some point, but that must have been a lot of confidence boost there to have so much racing at the front of the field, especially like with the amount of talent that was there today.
Oh yeah, it absolutely was. I knew I had to come with my A game, with Adam and Sean and Brandon. They are definitely the class of the field at all these tracks, and short tracks are my thing. So we had to overcome starting 16th because we blew qualifying and made our way through the field, and then had a mental lapse of judgment coming out of 4 and overcorrected and hit the wall, and that really, really, really killed the car.
Yeah, no, I think we saw that. Yeah, we definitely saw that, but we did also see, I think at one stage you had your wheel just showing out a little bit there, just showing a bit too much rubber than it should be. Put the skirts back on the side of that car, please. This is a family friendly broadcast, as we say, but it was good racing there. The pit stops. I was going to say the pit stops were very vital for both of you. Because of course it was unlimited tire choices. I've got to address the elephant in the room, Adam. Do you think taking that pit stop when you did, do you think that cost you getting up the order? Do you think I know you said, but do you think P3, even if you had those old tires on, do you think that would have been your limit?
I'm not sure. Of course, right now I'm second guessing myself whether I should have pitted there. I thought more guys would have pitted with me. But there's no way to know. I remember back at New Hampshire, I stayed out on like 20 lap older tires, and I think it was Brandon was coming for me on fresher tires. It might have been Eric Fike. I can't remember. It was one of the HW guys was coming for me on fresher tires, and he couldn't quite get there in time to get me. But different track, different traffic conditions and stuff. Who knows? In hindsight, I would have liked to have tried it. Once Sean got in front of me, I knew I was in trouble because I didn't. If I could have stayed in front of Sean, I thought maybe I could have had a shot at getting around Brandon. But once I had both of them in front of me, I was like, I don't think I have enough time to pass them both. And then I started, driving over my head, trying to catch them and just losing time. So, it's one of those things. I mean, I got lucky on strategy in Indianapolis, and when they pitted and I didn't, and then I pitted later and I had more fuel than they did, and that wound up winning me the race. So pit strategy goes for and against you sometimes, and that's racing. So, and just real quick, I want to say, I was also carrying a banner for Matt Gelder. He lost 3 family members in the last month, and that's just, that's just terrible. It's tragic, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Matt. We're praying for you, buddy, and we're here if you need help with anything. And the series is donating some money for his family and stuff. So, I was proud to carry that on my car as well as always racing for John.
Yeah, it was good to see. I was going to it's fantastic what the community does once per also. I just want to go back to that talk of tires because Kenneth, you didn't really take a lot of pit stops at the start of the race. I think at one stage everybody had pitted and you were the only one at the front that was like, no, I'm pretty happy there. So obviously, like, I know the tires you can eat the tires up on short track racing, but did you feel comfortable racing on the older tires compared to the others?
I absolutely did. And I got to give a thanks to my teammates for that. They helped me build this setup, and this setup was built for long runs. So Adam and I were discussing it earlier. I didn't have any plans on taking any tires until after lap 150. But then when I had that little bit of an issue, it threw my tire strategy off. So I had to not take as many tires. And that at the end, I thought maybe I could hold them off, but it wasn't possible. Brandon got to my left side and I let him go. Tried to race on the outside, and it just wasn't enough to just hold it down. So, but we thought we could do it. So I just want to thank Grizzly Motorsports for giving me the opportunity to race here and try to put on a show every week.
Wow, you've been putting on a show. Don't worry. Everyone's been putting on a show. Both of you have been putting on a show. I hope we get to see you for the next Wildcard, because we will be here, of course, with the Skip Barbers at Brands Hatch. I mean, I know for Adam, he's more of a road guy, so he is going to be more enjoyable in those things. But Kenneth, what are we expecting from you in Skip Barbers around Brands Hatch? Do we know? Or is it going to be, we heard Brandon talking earlier, he's going to be at the back. Are we going to see you in the back? Are we going to see you battling at the front?
I'm probably going to say you're probably going to see me going over the bank somewhere. I haven't
please no.
I haven't ran the Skippy cars in a long time, and I don't even own the track yet, so I have to buy it and get practicing on that. So we're hoping to have a good showing, but I'm not going to put a lot of faith in myself for that.
The British in me is angry that you don't have Brands Hatch, but I totally understand why. But I totally understand. Gentlemen, I know you've given your shout-outs. It's great to see you once again. It's great to have some good racing. It's also, I could have Kenneth, more of a short track connoisseur, just really showing how it's done, because up until last month, I didn't even realize Southern National was a thing anymore as a free track, so it's great to see. I hope to see both of you not in the back sipping martinis or other drinks. I'd like to see both of you at the front next time for Skip Barbers, but we'll let you go, and congratulations on your P3 for Adam and your P5 for Kenneth.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the broadcast, and we'll do our best to get working on that Skippy car.
All the best, gentlemen. Rob, I believe it is time, unfortunately. It's one of those times
yeah,
I have to say goodbye. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Good.
But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching us as per usual. If you like what you see from myself and Rob and Raidillon TV, just feel free to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the bell. Usually, like, YouTube streams have like animations for those things, but we don't in all sound. So that click of the bell there, just give yourself a click, let you know when we're going live with more broadcasts. Of course, a link to our Discord channel as per usual underneath the video, and also our other social links. I'm trying to think of anything else to say, Rob, apart from, once again, fantastic work on the cameras by yourself, and some good work with these fantastic cameras you've picked up from GSRC, always helping everybody out. The sim racing community is one big community. Well, it's a small community, but with a big heart. And you can see this weekend, this whole week, we have come together for the Gelder family. And like I said, once this stream's over, I'm sending money to them. because they deserve it for everything they've been through. Once again, our thoughts with them, our thoughts with, of course, Alan Fakaponte's family and his great uncle's passing. Our thoughts always, of course, with John and all of them. We keep racing for John this weekend. We race for the Gelder family. That is safe to say. Rob, I have been Craig King.
And I have been Robert O'Brien.
And this has been Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Alrighty.